All right, boys. I'll say this.
Are we wearing the headphones or not?
Yeah, sure. I'll say this. We're going to act like we didn't just record a full episode with Rig and Tank.
Mr. Sharp.
Mr. Sharp.
In case I didn't know.
Who's a Cyclone fan. We're going to act like we didn't just record a full episode. And given the phone and the computer I have, it lagged the whole time. We tried to call him. Rig's in Tennessee right now. And Ctank, I believe, is in Kansas City. So we're going to act like that didn't just lag the whole time.
We're also going to act like
Jackson, I wasn't just raging the last 2 hours.
Jackson, I think, might have just shot something up if he had the opportunity.
Because
he was about to break the TV and the computer.
Because shit, we had a great conversation, and we're going to act like that just didn't happen, and we're not going to be able to record it because the whole fucking audio just lagged the whole fucking time. So I was fucking pissed. And my brother and Proc Sauce witnessed it, but hey.
Very pissed.
That's fine. It doesn't fucking matter. We're gonna record.
But let's get into it.
Hey, Rig's gone. He decided week 2 is a good time for vacation. So I'm with my.
Hey, he's got Iowa versus Iowa State on board. Probably one of the biggest games of the year, and Riggs just goes
Holy
MIA.
shit, boys! We got CyHawk week. I know it doesn't mean a lot to my buddy here, but it means a lot to me and Rig. I'm sure just being friends with us, it means a little bit.
It means more each. It means more each year.
It does mean a little bit more each year. So what are we looking at here? This podcast is sponsored by Busch Light.
I will say though, this needs. I don't.
Actually
you were getting the before, like a little while back. You were getting the cans with the corn on them, and I feel like that was a vibe. That was a big vibe. It was the way to go.
Okay.
But all right, kick it off.
We'll get into
what do we got?
We'll get into it. So Mark, week 1 against Albany didn't look great.
No.
Not at all, right?
He's gonna need to be able to throw the football a little bit.
At least a little bit.
Or he's going to have to go run for, 120 yards.
He's going to have to throw that football.
Touchdowns.
I think he's going to have to throw it a little bit. At least a little bit. And it didn't look good against Albany, which is concerning because Albany's bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Albany's as bad as it gets. So we're going to need to figure that out. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because I do believe Iowa's better in the trenches. Iowa's better on the D-line and O-line, and I believe Iowa's main goal is to run the football and play good defense, and we're going to stick to what we do. So I love Iowa +3, and I love even Iowa money line for the value.
I know that was Riggs. It sounded like lock of the century. We'll call it lock of the season, and Mr. Sharp seemed to be quite on the other side. Granted, he did go to Iowa State. What do you think the overall score? Like, what do you think the game flow and what do you think the score is going to be? Do you see this being like a 13-17 slower defensive game? Do you think the offense has opened it up? I know Rocco back. Like, I think he's a scrub, but I mean he can make some good passes. Mark could get it going. Like, what do you see happening here?
I'll be honest. I think you hit the hammer on the nail there. I think 17-3 is a good final score. I think it'll be low scoring, as it always is with Iowa State. Just because both these programs they want to play good defense and they're not gonna beat themselves at the end of the day. It's gonna be low scoring, very little mistakes.
You said 7. Wait, just so I heard that right.
I'll say 17-3 Iowa.
17-3.
17
or 13.
13.
13. Okay.
17-13 Iowa. I think will be very low scoring, very little mistakes.
Yeah, slow pace.
And maybe like one big play. Maybe. Hopefully given up by Iowa State. Okay, Cole. So we already talked about Iowa State. We all know this is a non-biased media group who would never just take Iowa straight up for no reason. And we're going to take Iowa straight up money line against Iowa State as dogs. We're going to do it.
Hey, you made a great comment earlier. What was it? Iowa hasn't lost to Iowa State by more than 3 points in 20
Since
years.
2005.
2005.
2005.
So I know that they're on the money line. Give me the points. I like them to win. I'm going to take the 3.5 though if they're going to give me that at even money. Let's roll with it.
I love it.
I like it.
I say we roll with it. So who is Iowa State? Who is Iowa State? They beat up. They snuck away with one against Kansas State.
Yeah,
who
in
almost
Ireland.
lost last week. Against who did they play last week?
Is it Avery Johnson? He can't throw a football.
Hey,
I mean,
Tom.
he sucks.
Tom, behind the mic. Who did Kansas State play last week?
North Dakota.
Can you look it up for us quick?
I think it's North Dakota.
I think you're right on.
And
North
I think
Dakota.
it was like
And I think they
won by
barely
3. I think they won 34-31 if I remember
Tom,
correctly.
can you give us the score on Kansas State last week?
North Dakota 38-35.
North Dakota 38-35.
Oh wait, North Dakota ended up winning that game?
No, they lost.
Okay, they lost.
So Kansas State snuck away with one. So what are we looking?
20 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So what are we looking at with Iowa State? They beat up on a Kansas State team that barely won against North Dakota, and then they smoked South Dakota. Which I'll raise my hand right here. I had South Dakota covering that game. I think it was 15.5.
Hey, so did I.
So, we'll take that L. I thought South Dakota State had a little bit of balls. Playoff implications, we could go over that.
Fuck it.
Playoff implications.
This
What-
game,
so
this
what does
game
this
could
mean?
this game could certainly have some.
100%. Because both these teams, obviously Iowa hasn't played anyone, but Iowa State 2-0. Both teams are undefeated, and both teams, I mean, they're going to be fight. I think both these teams could be fighting for a playoff spot at the end of the year.
Oh, 100%. I'm very curious to see, especially with how Iowa State. I mean, they beat Kansas State already. I'm very curious to see how this game goes, because if they come out strong or put up a good showing, that's going to make a strong case for them in a weak Big 12, and then same thing on the flip side. Like, this would be a huge game for Iowa, especially if Iowa State ends up being decent and putting together a good resume. This could be a really good non-conference win for them. I mean, they have a pretty reasonable schedule in the Big Ten. I think they got Penn State at home.
Yeah, so
But
let's
that's
say,
going to be tough.
best case scenario, Iowa wins this game, and then they got to play Indiana, and then they got to beat one of the two at home. Both games at home.
Yeah,
Oregon,
Indiana's
Penn
going to
State.
be a big one. I got to grab a paper towel because I forgot how to drink a beer.
Iowa has to beat Penn State or Oregon at both games at home. They got to split those two if they want any shot at a playoff. Because 9-3 ain't gonna cut it.
Nope, got to go 10-2 or 11-1.
Yeah.
It's got to happen.
Yep.
The only team I think that can go 9-3 and get into the playoff, and this might kick us off into our next segment, is going to be the Florida Gators.
Florida Gators.
Florida Gators. I with that schedule, 9-3.
Hey, so
brutal schedule.
So
but
I know we aren't with the big rig right now, but we're with Proc Sauce. He decided to come on in time of need.
Go Gators.
For the technical difficulties and Rig not being here right now, we got Proc Sauce on here. He's a UF alumni.
Yep.
Who I'm a fan of this year.
Interesting.
I'm a fan of this year.
Okay, that's the first time I've heard you say that
No,
in 3
I
years
think
of
they're
knowing
good this
you.
year. I do think they're good this year.
This is the most potential they've had.
But let's not argue their schedule.
It's brutal. There's no
Brutal.
other way to put
Brutal's
it.
the best
and,
way to
and,
put
and
it.
it somehow went from like kind of brutal to really brutal after 1 week of college football. Miami and FSU went from Miami was like a mid-ranked team. People are high on them, but not as high as they were with Cam Ward. To all of a sudden, wow, they are, I guess, now ranked as a top 5 or 6 team, and then FSU
Now they're looking like something.
FSU has that game out of nowhere. They have the I forget his name, but the play caller who was at, was it Gus something? The play
Gus
caller,
Malzone.
yeah, who was at UCF, and then Auburn before that. Really really good play caller.
It's almost like we're feeling, hey, Florida had a hard schedule, and now their schedule got even harder after watching Miami and Florida State after week 1.
It just looks brutal. But I will say this. 17.5 point favorites at home. Afternoon game in the swamp. USF, people are all over them. I get it. They had that good showing against Boise. You know, granted, Boise didn't have Genty this year, but they returned some of their offense. You know, Boise turns it over 3 or 4 times, and UCF just curb stomps them.
And who is Boise without Genty? Who is Boise without Genty?
Clearly a joke.
Clearly a joke. And that's why
those Idaho boys can't handle the Florida humidity, and they prove that.
And clearly that's why we're taking Florida.
So
17.5.
But my point, they're just not going to be there physically. If Florida, doesn't have the turnovers and make dumb mistakes and comes out and tackles and plays defense, I see the score of this game being 31-7, 31-10, 38-10, something in that range. So I can see Florida covering this pretty easily, and this is actually going to be my lock of the week here.
You heard it here. Proc Sauce, lock of the week. UF 17.5 against USF, a little Florida rivalry. I love it. I think I actually ate gator earlier tonight. I'm feeling swampy. I love it. I love the pick. I'm also taking the pick 17.5. We're feeling swampy right now.
Feeling a little swampy. Hey, I gotta be honest. I'm feeling a little swampy. I'm over here.
We ain't gator. We're feeling swampy. Screw us.
I'm feeling a little swampy. On a side note, I got the Mr. Pickens over yards. It looks terrible. Pants are definitely getting swampy right now. They're at a weather delay.
Hey, we'll get into
got a lot at stake.
We'll get into the cards right now. Just because Rig's not here, we'll go over his card right here.
Let's read it off.
So his lock of the week was 3.5 Iowa to cover against Iowa State. Obviously, we kind of already covered that game. He loves Iowa. He loves Iowa.
I would like to add,
texting in the chat
if Bro had a mortgage, or let's just say he owned his home outright, I'm pretty sure he would be calling the bank right now to be getting a reverse mortgage on his home, to be putting the entire thing on Iowa money line. That seemed to be the level of confidence that Mr. Rig is at. He's feeling himself right now. We had a raw look at him after in the fourth quarter on the couch of watching the Albany game. We were out having a good time. We came back. We saw raw footage of him. He definitely looked nervous in the moment in the fourth quarter of that Albany game, but he's clearly found his footing and the confidence is back, and he's ready to roll. What else does he have, Jip?
We'll look into it. Looks like he's got Baylor SMU over 64.5.
That's one of the highest over-unders I think I've ever seen.
That's a lot of points, and he loved it. Apparently, he loved it. It was his second pick that he threw in the chat.
Yeah, an over-under in the 60s, I guess Vegas must know something we don't.
Vegas might know something we don't, and apparently Rig knows something we don't.
Clearly.
So, moving on. He likes Michigan, Oklahoma over 45.5, which I also don't hate. I feel like it's low. Rig took Syracuse minus 6.5. On paper, he looks at UConn, and he says, wow, what a joke of a football program they are. Don't disagree with it.
It's a basketball school.
Never bet on UConn football. And this is one that hits home for Proc Sauce. We got Maryland minus 16.5.
Malik Washington, you heard it here. Could be a sensation. It's still early. Freshman quarterback. They had a good showing the first week there against FAU, and it gives a little bit of optimism for the season. They don't have too hard of a schedule, so hopefully they can follow up their good week one, good first week, with another good showing here on Friday night.
Sweeties, the official snack of Big Noise Media. Go support our good friend Erica on Instagram at Certified Flosser. These are the best cookies I've ever had. And I know there's a lot of fat fucks listening to this podcast. Spill and Brokaw talking to you. You guys are fake gym bros. Seriously, go eat a cookie. Thank you, Erica.
I just want to say she made it was an Oreo. It was a chocolate chip cookie with an Oreo baked inside of it. And yeah, it was delicious. And yeah, I may have had too many and had a big sugar high after, but I do want to put it out there that, she can cook up some cookies. She knows what she's doing. So, go check it out and give it a follow.
So, as you guys know, Big Rig is out of town. And we got Proc Sauce. We appreciate him joining with us. And we're going to talk about some of his picks now. Hey, he's got UF as his lock this week. Yep. I love it. I also took it. Minus 17.5 against USF. They're overrated. Boise State was overrated. Another big game, Duke, Illinois. And we love this Duke quarterback.
Mr. Mensa, remember the name. Oh, we were talking earlier about the line for this game with Illinois only being 2.5-point favorites. Number 11 ranked team in the country. They returned a lot of their team. They got a decent quarterback. But the question is, I don't know how they're going to match up physically. I mean, even Elon seemed to match up pretty well against Duke physically, and that's just not a great sign. When you're playing a team from the Big Ten and you're struggling to match up with a team from, I honestly don't even know what conference Elon is, but if they're able to hold up, I like Mensa. If they give Mensa enough time to make plays, they're going to score points. I wanted to take Duke, but I went with the over instead.
We got ASU. I know you love that quarterback. Who's ASU playing?
At Missouri.
No. That's Kansas.
They play at Mississippi State.
So we got ASU.
So Kansas is at Missouri. No, and yeah, ASU is at Mississippi State, who, if I believe earlier, Mr. Sharp referred to Mississippi State as a complete joke of an organization.
Shout out Tank,
until proven otherwise.
Mr. Sharp. You got UCLA, UNLV over 53.5.
No science here. I just watched I don't even know who they got dicked down by, but I mean, dude, they got dicked down. It was bad. Like, they just got destroyed. I think it was Utah who just came in and crushed them. And then UNLV actually has an ex-Gator at their head coach, Mr. Dan Mullins. He believes in the no defense strategy and try to score points. So, give me the over. I just don't want to get against that potential shootout.
I love it. I think you explained it perfect. They don't want to play defense.
That's what we're going with.
Play defense in that game.
UNLV gave up a lot of points to the FCS team they played the first week. So, I mean, hopefully they can score some.
Then we got KU covering against Missouri, at Missouri, 6.5.
Give me
KU is a dangerous team.
Give me Jalen Daniels. Give me Jalen Daniels.
Give it to him.
That's all I need.
Give it to him. This is a big game for Missouri.
He's getting a touchdown. Granted, they're on the road. I'm willing to ride with my boy.
Everyone knows Missouri's got that easy schedule. If they can grind out these type of games, these games that they should win, but they kind of seem like a trap game, they need to win these games. I got them in my playoff. I don't think Missouri's going to be that good, but I think their schedule's so easy to the point where I could see them sneaking into the college playoffs.
Before we go through Mr. Sharp's picks,
we can go through Tank's picks. Tank also was on Cole's side.
I mean, if he has Kansas, I love it.
He's got Kansas plus 6.5 as his lock. He's got Michigan. He took 5.5 for Michigan. He took the over 45.5 in that game. And then he took Arizona State along with Proc Sauce. And then he obviously, if you know who Tank is, he's an Iowa State alum. And he's taking Iowa State minus 3.5, which I think is a terrible bet.
I just want to say that taking Iowa State spread minus 3.5 here is basically the equivalent of walking out onto a football field and spitting in somebody's face and expecting not to get ejected like Jalen Carter just did.
Shout out Jalen Carter. Smart move. Thank you, because I took Cowboys spread. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you want to talk about this Oklahoma game.
So opposite of Rig and Tank, I don't think Underwood is built for this moment. And I think Oklahoma just takes away this one by at least 2.5. I know we posted earlier that it would be 5.5, which I also still like, but I did take it at 2.5. The line was moving. So I like Oklahoma here. I like BYU. They were getting a lot of votes that they should be ranked.
Oh, hey,
they're playing a scrub team.
Real quick, I don't want to cut you off. I just wanted to add one comment about the Oklahoma game. I do like this idea of fading a young quarterback on the road. It worked fairly well last week with Arch Manning. He had a slow start. I think you said it's a night game.
Yep.
Oklahoma's not the easiest environment to play in. There's noise. Not going to communicate as well. Might be a little nervous. I like this idea of fading a young quarterback on the road.
And
just early in the season.
No, Proc Sauce likes Sellers.
Hey, that's a bold take.
Hey, we love Lagway. We love Nussmeier. We love a lot of other guys. But, hey, let's not leave Mateer out of this Heisman conversation.
If Jeremiah Smith thinks he's going to win the Heisman, by the way, I mean, he's going to have to stop eating popcorn on the sidelines because that was brutal.
Okay.
But I like your take there with the Oklahoma quarterback. I've heard some underrated things about him.
So what else we got? We got BYU, who was getting a lot of votes that they should be ranked. I believe they're still unranked, and we're going to take them at minus 18.5.
Okay.
And then we have UF, who we already talked about.
We covered this
Swampy. We're feeling swampy.
Feeling swampy.
Hey,
it's
USF
September.
overrated. They beat an overrated Boise State squad, and we're feeling swampy. We love UF minus 17.5. Fuck USF.
Give me the Gators.
Give me the Gators.
I'm riding with you there.
Give me the Gators.
It's my lock.
We're gonna ride, and it's Proc Sauce's lock.
Miss 10.
We love it.
Who do they play? Is that Ole Miss?
Ole Miss.
At Kentucky.
Ole Miss is up next. At Kentucky, this is a SEC matchup. Only reason I don't love this game is because any SEC away game could be a tough matchup. It could be a trap game. But I saw the way Ole Miss pounced on whatever scrub they were playing last week, and I think if it turns into that sort of game against Kentucky, which I think it could, it'll be same scenario where Ole Miss just kind of runs away with it. Lane Kiffin wants to run away with it if he can. So that's why I took the 10.5. And then obviously we have Iowa covering 3.5. Iowa State hasn't beaten Iowa by more than 3 since 2005, I believe.
Yep.
So that's an easy take for me. I love 3.5. I also love Iowa money line. And we already went over that earlier, so we don't need to get more into that. But I love Iowa money line here. That's everyone's picks.
I like it.